Hi guys, it is Aoife from Fred Weasley Died Laughing and I'm here with my December book haul. So I'm going to show you guys what I bought during December, what books I got for Christmas and just a few other bits and bobs. So I'm going to show you some of the presents I got that were bookish over the Christmas holidays, and one of the things I got from my parents was The Marble Collector by Cecelia Ahern. I'm not too sure what this book is about. It's a little bit about a woman whose father is either has died or is dying and she's going through his stuff, and she finds this collection of marbles, and it's like each kind of marble has a significant memory and it kind of goes through all those kind of memories. I think that's what it's about. I'm not too sure, but I always enjoy Cecelia Ahern. It's kind of like a thing with me that I always end up getting her newest book for Christmas, and this, I've heard really good things about this, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. I also got The Taming of the Queen by Philippa Gregory. If anyone watched one of my Christmas tags, I did say this is something that I had asked for Christmas, and I'm really excited to have it. I love the cover of it. I love everything that Philippa Gregory writes. It's just so amazing. I love the Tudor stories and I'm dying to read this, and I'm kind of sad because it is going to be her last book, I think, within this era, within this family. So I am really looking forward to seeing this final book about King Henry VIII. And then from my brother, I got a book that I have been dying for, and that is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. I read The Name of the Wind a few years ago. I am planning on rereading it this year before I get onto this, because it has been a couple of years. It is a dense book, so I do think The Name of the Wind should have a reread before I go into this one, but I've heard amazing things. I do think hopefully the third book in the series is coming out pretty soon, so I think I have gotten the second one within a good time. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I can't wait, and it's a chunker of a book. It's like almost 1,000 pages long, so this is going to keep me occupied. Another book I got was a complete surprise, and it's The Beautiful and the Cursed by Paige Morgan. I got this from the lovely Franny over Franny Pan's Dreamcatcher for Christmas. She sent it to me, and I just thank you so much, Franny. I just can't believe you sent this to me. It is such a beautiful book, beautiful cover. It is something kind of supernatural set in Paris, where a girl's twin brother has gone missing and she feels that there's something odd about it. She thinks that people are lying, and she goes out to search why her twin brother is missing and where he is, and it's something along those lines, kind of an adventure, and it's one of her favourite trilogies, so I can't wait to get into this and start reading it. And after Christmas in the sales, I decided to go in, I'd gotten some book vouchers and stuff, so I decided to go into the bookshop and buy myself a few treats. One of the ones I got was Because You'll Never Meet Me. If anyone knows my channel, you know I've already read this book. I did get it as a NetGalley ARC over the summer. It is one of my top books of 2015. It was probably one of my favourite books of 2015. Probably my most favourite book of 2015, and it is just absolutely beautiful. There was only one copy that I could see in the bookstore, and I snatched it up. I had to have it. I didn't care what price it was. I had to have a physical copy of this book, and I'm so happy I did. Such a beautiful book, such a beautiful story. If you haven't read it, please go and read it, because it's amazing. The next book I got, there has been a lot of hype about. I'm really looking forward to reading it. I know a few people who've already asked me if they could borrow it when I'm finished with it, and that is In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. I'm not actually quite sure how to say her name. But this is basically about a girl who escapes from North Korea with her family, and they ended up in the hands of Chinese human traffickers, and it's about her attempt to kind of flee with her life. As you can see, I think she's pretty young. I think she might not be much older than I am, so, and it's not a very long book either. It's only about 200 pages. But I'm really looking forward to reading it. I say it's an absolutely phenomenal story, I should say. And yeah, this is one I'm really looking forward to reading soon. The next book I've been waiting for all year, and that is Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. This is the third book in the Cormoran Strike series. I can't wait to read it. I've heard really amazing things. It seems a bit bigger than the usual books. It's almost about 400 pages. I just feel like it's a bit chunkier than the other ones, but I could be wrong. But I can't wait to read this. I love this series, and I am not a huge mystery thriller kind of person, but whatever way, I think it just must be J.K. Rowling's sense of writing, her style of writing, and the way she shapes her characters. I really enjoy, because I really enjoy this series, despite it being a mystery and not my usual genre. I really love it, so I can't wait to get into this one. The next two books I'm going to show you aren't actually new. They were up in my family's kind of second house up in the country in Ireland, and I happened to see them. My dad kind of gets books from here, there and everywhere, and he kind of just brings them up there for other people. We kind of have like a little library, kind of a room that's like a library room up there, and people kind of leave books, and my dad kind of grabs books from secondhand stores and charity stores, and if people are getting rid of books, he'll take them and he'll bring them up there, and we end up just having this mismatched collection of books, and now and again I will actually find books I want to read up there and I'll bring them home here, and then when I'm done with them I can bring them back up to the house, so that's grand. So I found two books that I actually really wanted to read, and one of them is Magician by Raymond E. Feist. I think this is the first book in his Magician series. I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard about it recently. I think some people might have been reading it, and I decided that it was something I wanted to read. So yeah, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm not too sure the actual, story of what this is about, but it is a fantasy. It is magic, obviously, a magician. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And another one I picked it up, and then coincidentally, two different people started reading. I think it was Lindsay Ray started reading it, and then Sam over at Novels and Nonsense started reading it, I think, or they at least mentioned it on their channel after I brought it home, and that was A Cavern of Black Ice by Ivy Jones. This is just something, I think it was this cover just appealed to me or something. It was kind of interesting, and it is a fantasy story. Again, I'm not 100% sure what it is about, but I can't wait to read it because I have heard some interesting things about it since I brought it home, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. And the last few books I have here are just some books I picked up from the library in the last couple of weeks. Yes, some of them I did get in January, but I'm just going to put them in here. Why not? I'm going to cheat a little bit. So the first two books I have here are Moonriders and A Voyage of the Snake Lady, or Voyage of the Snake Lady. Both are by Teresa Tomlinson. This book, The Moonriders, was one of my favourite books growing up. I first read it when I was about 13 or 14. It was one of those books that I can never forget. I just remember being absolutely gripped to it. I couldn't wait to see what happened. And it was one of those ones that for a long time I've been wanting to reread. And then I found out there was a sequel and I just had to read the sequel. So I eventually got them. I couldn't find them anywhere. Eventually managed to get them from my library. I ordered them. And they came, and at this moment in time, I'm about 100 pages short of finishing Voyage of the Snake Lady, and I have finished Moonriders. The next book I got from the library I got because I'm going to try and do the 2016 Pop Shulker Challenge, and one of the challenges on this is to read a National Book Award, and I've decided to read The Colour Purple by Alice Walker. I have never watched the film on this either. I do have the DVD, but I haven't watched it yet, so I've decided I want to read the book and then watch the movie. And I've heard some great things about it, some interesting things. I've read a few similar books like this in the past, and I've always enjoyed them, so I am looking forward to this. Another book I got I'm really excited to read, and is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. This was on so many people's favourite reads of 2015, so I'm really looking forward to reading it and seeing if it will be on my favourite reads of 2016. And I'm not sure what this is about. It's about someone who owns a bookstore, and that's all I need to know. And the next book I got is a chunker. You guys, you have to see this book. It is huge. It is so heavy. It is the entire Sword of Shannara trilogy in one book. They didn't seem to have the single books in my library. They just had this one huge chunk. So this is the Sword of Shannara, the Elfstones of Shannara, and the Wish Song of Shannara, all in one big bind up. I have watched a couple of episodes of the Sword of Shannara series on TV. I've really enjoyed it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I've read some of Terry Brooks' other works and I have liked them, so I do think some people have had problems with the writing in this series. There haven't been rave reviews, but because I did read some of his other stuff, I do wonder if I might like this more than some other people have. I don't know, but I am really looking forward to reading it because it sounds like exactly my cup of tea, so definitely looking forward to reading that. It'll probably take me a long time to finish, but I'm ready to give it a go. So that is all my books in my December book haul, which is kind of like my December and January book haul, technically, but oh well. Let me know what books you guys got for Christmas and in December, if you got any great deals in the sales, and I will see you guys again next time.